Thank you so much for that beautiful music, beautiful music, The Power of Your Love. It's so good to be here with you today. It was a wonderful and easy trip over from the Kansas City area, and beautiful to see your smiling and loving faces. There's a story told of an artist who sculpted a beautiful angel. You may have heard of this one. This one was new to me. The master artist Michelangelo was asked to comment on this angel. So Michelangelo was called from his office in, and the artist looked at his beautiful angel carefully and said, "What do you think?" And Michelangelo said, "It lacks only one thing." And then he turned around and walked out. Like, what kind of feedback is that? So the artist didn't know what to think. What's up? What is my angel lacking? He was embarrassed to go ask Michelangelo, so he asked somebody else who went and fetched him, and Michelangelo said, "It lacks only life. It lacks only life." Beautiful angel, but it lacks life. And some would say that could be said about many on the planet today. There's also a lot of people that are very alive and awake and enthusiastic and doing what they are here to do. But we could say that about some people and even organizations on the planet. They lack life. They may have the car, they may have a beautiful home, they may have the children, they may have the career, but they lack life. You may have even been there. You may have even been there in your life. And many people say when they come to Unity that it is much like coming home, sensing that they are able to live their authentic self and get tapped in and tuned into a sense of life and feel more alive even in the same life that they have. So for some, even though they have all these accessories, they're not living life to the fullest. The French would call this the joie de vivre. Now, I took a couple years of French, and I don't even know if I pronounced that right. Or, Joseph Campbell would say, they're not following their bliss. They're not tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. That is another way of putting that. Jesus also has something to say about this. And in John's Gospel, he tells us what our lives ought to be all about. He says, "I have come that they may have life, and they may have it abundantly." So he's come to show the way, to show us how to be tapped in, to have that power of love within us and around us, and to be guided by God, to have that expressed through us. So Jesus was contrasting what he offers, what God offers, what true life is, and contrasting that with what the world offers. Another way of saying this, if he were up here directly speaking, he would say, perhaps to you, "I have come that you may live life to the fullest and live life abundantly." Truly, I think we all have the same mission. We have come to allow God to express through us and to share that message with others. Can I get an amen? Amen. Yes. And don't we feel alive when we are doing something we love, and when we are sharing that, whether we are sharing our wonderful children with others, when we are sharing our passion, sharing our music, sharing our gifts, just being who we are, living authentically, we feel like we are living life to the fullest. We are living abundantly, and we're demonstrating that for others. That's an awesome way to live. And I believe that you are tapped into something here at Unity Center of Manhattan as well. Your values are spirit-led, love, and expansion, and mission statement, as already shared this morning. Unity Spiritual Center of Manhattan is a loving community dedicated to the positive transformation of consciousness. And you do that well. You do that well. So our topic for today is your passion is your power. Your passion is your power, meaning your passion fuels you and gives you the power, gives you the strength you need to keep on keeping on, to show up authentically so that you can do what you have come here to do. Rick Warren, in his best-selling book, Purpose Driven Life, says, "Without a purpose, life is motion without meaning." I don't know if you've ever felt like you were going in circles on the rat race, feeling like a hamster. Those are different ways of saying motion without meaning, kind of just hopping about. And maybe at some point in your life you did hop about from job to job, or maybe you were dating a lot and went from date to date until you found the one, found the job or the work, the hobby, or a way of being that has meaning for you, or found the love of your life and created a family and went deeper. So that's what this is all about. Rick Warren also said, the greatest tragedy is not death, it is life without meaning. Life without meaning. So we are here to live lives of meaning, to explore, to live an examined life. That's Socrates. A little paraphrase of Socrates, one of his phrases. And here to allow our passions to truly bring forth purpose and power in our lives. According to an author, and she happens to be a friend of mine and a life coach, Julie Jordan Scott, she says, one way to clarify your purpose is to clarify what it is not. Have you been through that phase of your life? Well, that's not working, or try again, or do over. So she says, purpose is not living on automatic pilot. It is not living behind a veil of I shoulda, coulda, woulda, or ought to. Living on purpose is living a laser-focused life, tuned into our values. It is responding to life from an authentic place. How many of you feel like you have, or on a scale from 1 to 10, you can shout it out. How many of you feel like you've got an environment set up in your life where you can live from your authentic self? Anybody below a 5? Above a 5? 8, great. Any 7s? 6s? 9s? 10s? So maybe around 8, because I'm not hearing anything else. Okay, we're at an 8. That is wonderful. That is real. Would you like it to be a 9 or a 10? Could it get even better? I agree. You know, I moved up here from Tallahassee to go to ministerial school, which means I let go of my career, sold my home and my belongings, got rid of my cute car and my friends. I didn't really get rid of them. I'm still friends with my friends, but also had to let go of identity that I had created around the position that I was in at work. Let that go to move up here to go to ministerial school, to explore who I really am, to ground myself in these teachings, and to visit wonderful churches like Unity Center of Manhattan, to live that purpose-driven life, that life of meaning, a life that really is fueled by my passions, where I get to tune into my values. And you know I love to quote from the book, Who Have You Come Here to Be? And so that's really what it's all about. Who have we come here to be? And in Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18, you might be familiar with this, one of my favorite phrases, where there is no vision, the people will perish. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. Or when we're not clear, we are crazy. We're living like a crazy maker. We're kind of hopping from dream to dream or from job to job, just lacking that direction. But we have such a beautiful teaching in Unity. We have such clear values and clear mission and vision statements. What if we wrote our own and had that to anchor in who we are and who we've come in here to be, to anchor in every activity of our life so that we can compare, we can look and use our life as feedback and see if we are really on track. Now, how many of you have a mission statement or vision statement or some form of intention statement in your life? A few. So for those who have it, how's that working for you? I bet it's working well. And if it needs to be tweaked, then I know Spirit is guiding you, and perhaps some ideas from today's talk will guide you in shaping that. For those of you who do not have a mission or vision statement or even intention statement, today might be the day that you decide to write a statement. And it could be something like, I am here to be inspired and to inspire others. Or I'm here to nurture and encourage those around me. I'm here to live the teachings of Jesus the Christ and share this message with others. Could be variety of messages. So be thinking of that, and be thinking of your core values also. One of my core values is fun, is having fun. One is being authentic, being courageous, adventurous, abundant. So be thinking of 5 to 8 core values that those words just feel like buzzwords that really juice your soul. And then if you were to look at those words, maybe first thing in the morning or right before you go into a meeting, or especially if you have an interview or something coming up in your life, or the words that you would like to share with your family because you would like to create that environment. So be thinking of that and what jazzes you. Again, a popular quote in the New Testament is, I came that you may live life to the fullest and have it abundantly. That is Diana's paraphrase of Jesus' words. And I believe that is what I'm here to do as I move from church to church speaking and traveling. And I believe that is what you are here to do as well. to awaken to all the good that God has for us and to share that with the world. So what if Gandhi had remained a lawyer and never liberated India? What if Elvis Presley decided to remain a truck driver and not become the king of rock and roll? I just went to Elvis night the other night at Funky Town. It was a blast. So I'm glad he did what he did. What about Abraham Lincoln, 5-time political loser? What if he had decided to not run for the presidency of the United States? And what if Martin Luther King did not have a vision? The world would be a different place, wouldn't it? And the world would be a different place without you as well, without you showing up as who you are in all your glory. That means all of it, all of who you are. So these people led very powerful lives. And what was it that fueled them? I believe what fueled them is exactly what fuels us, our passion. So these people were passionate, whether it was about music or justice, whether it was about having a great time, expressing fully, sharing a message. So there is something within each one of us. There's a blueprint, there's a seed that wants to be born, to unfurl. Can you feel that? Can you feel that within you at times? Maybe watching a sunset or a baby, watching a movie, you go home, you're inspired, or come to a church service, or you have a book study, you get to know one another and you're inspired. You're inspired to write a song or to perform. You're inspired to become a life coach and change people's lives. You're inspired to become a leader, whether in your community or in your church, and you're inspired to be a parent. We are creatures that want to express fully. We are creatures that want to live inspired lives. There is a wholeness within us that wants to unfold to help us live balanced lives. And there is a drive toward making the world a better place. Another amen? Amen. All right. You know, enthusiasm is a Greek word meaning filled with God. Filled with God. It's different from excitement that can wear off or help you make you feel drained. I went to Funky Town and it was great, but I knew that the next day my ears would still be throbbing. I'd be needing some extra sleep. There's something about it that's a little draining. Excitement kind of drains me, especially when there are neon lights and techno music flashing. It's okay for a while. That excitement, all the costumes and the disco dancing, the floor, the lights, it's great for a while. But enthusiasm is constant. Enthusiasm is ever available. Enthusiasm is the life of God that expresses through us. So what are you enthusiastic about? What do you love? What would you do for free? I absolutely love leading meditations. And as extroverted as I am, that surprises people that I love to write meditations and lead guided meditations. Some of my best days are days that I started out sharing a meditation with a group of people. So I love leading meditation. So that's a little hint towards what is mine to do a little bit more often. Sure, I get to lead a meditation on Sunday. I wish every day could be Sunday. But that's one thing, just one thing I love. I love creating networking groups and creating an environment where people can get to know one another, where they can find their passion and where they inspire one another. So in Tallahassee, there was a networking group that I helped to start and co-lead. And it grew to 100 within a year, and then it grew to 400, and then it merged with another group, and it is now 800 people. So I actually like creating small groups, though, about around 6 to 8 people who can hold that conversation and hold each other's dreams. So that's something that I'm passionate about. Be thinking about what you are passionate about. So I'd like to share with you a quote by a man named Poe Bronson, and it supports this idea. He said, "The purpose of life is to be true to yourself, to show up, even bringing those qualities into what you are already doing, those qualities that you admire in others. Bring that into your parenting, bring that into your music, into your life coaching, into your writing, into your support that you offer others. It helps us live full and balanced life in this way." So all these people that I've mentioned all had a purpose, and they took positive action to fulfill it, including you. You've taken, I know, the stories that I've heard already in this congregation. You've already taken positive action to fulfill your dreams. What if we lived in this manner even more? Often when I find myself feeling off purpose, I will set up a list of authentic actions that I can take to help me feel grounded in who I have come here to be. Especially when I discover a negative belief that I hold, because that is something that will definitely pull you off from your passion. I'm not sure if you've ever had a passion. Maybe you take 2 or 3 steps forward, you sign up for a training, you may even go to the training. And then on the way back on the airplane, you're about to get off and off the airplane and enter your city, enter your regular world again, and you have the thought, I can't do this. I'm not enough. I don't have the resources. So those are the times where we want to be alert to those thoughts that are trying to pull us off and shift them. So I discovered a thought. It's one I've held before, but this one was real clear, and you may have even held it yourself. I am not enough. I am not enough. And thank goodness I've got a few people around me that are ones who question. And they ask me, is that true? Is that true? And I kind of hemmed and hawed a little bit. And then my friend said, can you absolutely know that it is true that you are not enough? And I said, no. And then she asked me for 3 pieces of evidence to prove that I am enough. And I had some great evidence. I had some great evidence of feedback I had gotten from friends and from some of the churches where I've spoken, and some of my feelings that I have within my own soul. I am enough. Some of the confidence that I feel, some memories. I know I've done this before. I've been able to step forward and walk through a challenge and know that I am enough. So I took that idea and turned it around and used it in a positive way, because those beliefs will come up. So even though we are passionate, we may feel purposeful, we may have a sense of meaning, sometimes those negative beliefs will come up. Sometimes it feels like they're choking us around the neck, stopping us from what we desire to do, kind of like weeds that choke out the flowers in a garden. And any of you who garden know that weeding is just a part of growing a healthy and beautiful garden that is nutritious. And the same is true for our lives. We must weed out those thoughts that would hold us back, that would choke the very life that we seek. So we can turn that I am not enough, I don't fit in, I don't have what I need. You've probably heard it all as self-talk. So we can turn those around or pair up with one another and guide each other through that process of getting to the core negative beliefs that are not working for us. And then just allow the garden to grow naturally. Allow ourselves to be nurtured. And so what I did after discovering that negative thought is, after it got turned around, is to pick some authentic actions that I could take that would anchor in the truth that is, I am enough. And so actually, I feel very, very empowered. I feel very good about myself when I exercise. So I dedicated one of my exercise evenings at the gym to that truth. And then from that place, made some other goals and choices, all in support of knowing that I'm worthy and enough. So now my workout sessions, they are awesome. Totally awesome and feel purposeful, not just something that I feel like I have to do or that I'm just trudging through. It's all a part of me moving in the direction that I desire to go, which is just going to be more positive feedback for me. For you, it may be getting a massage. It may be setting up some quiet time where you journal or where you have a retreat in your life. It may be going out dancing, boogieing. Call me. We'll do that one together. There are many things you can do to set up and take an authentic action in your life, whether it's burning a candle or playing a song or setting aside the time to write a song. Whatever it is for you. Maybe it's more time with the children, maybe it's more time for yourself or time with your hubby, you know? So these authentic actions will only support you in anchoring in what you need to show up and live as who you have come here to be, and help you live more passionate and purposeful. There was an author and poet named Samuel Ullman, and he said, "Age may wrinkle the face, but lack of enthusiasm wrinkles the soul." I love it. I totally love it. So enthusiasm, passion, and love are all key drivers in this. They're all what help to fuel us. And during those moments where we feel tapped in and turned on, we may hear an inner voice that says, "This is the real me. This is what I'm here to do. This jazzes me. I feel great. I could do this for free, or I could do this forever. I wouldn't mind doing this in my spare time. Do you have something in your life that is like that? If so, show me. Yes, yes, great. That maybe you've already even done it for free, or just in a way that shows you that, boy, this is it. And if you haven't found that yet, just be on the lookout, because Spirit is always guiding us in this way, always guiding us to show us what really works. And it may not be the thing that you're being paid for. It may not be what you're doing currently. That's okay. Perhaps you can infuse a little bit of the same qualities that you experience in doing the thing that you love, infuse the rest of your life with that same feeling, because that's what we're going for. We're going for a feeling. So when we decide that we want to start dating again, or start a business, do something new, there's always a feeling. There's always something underlying that pulls us forward. There may be something pulling us forward, and there may be also something pushing us forward. So a little pain, a little pleasure, a little bit of both. I don't know if you've experienced that. One thing may feel like a carrot, like it's drawing you. Another thing may make you feel like a baby bird being pushed out of the nest. Could be a breakup, or just a review at work, or a diagnosis that you received, something that's pushing you forward, and then there's something that's pulling you forward, just calling your name. And there's a part of you that knows. So if you say, I don't know, there's a part of you that knows. And so instead of affirming, I don't even know what that is, you can say, I don't know yet what that is, but there's a part of me that does. And I'm willing to learn. I am willing to see what that is all about. So passion is an affair of the heart. It's not of the head. And so when you do this, when you explore, drop your awareness from your head to your heart. They say the heart is very, very powerful, way stronger than the brain. I think it's like 10 times stronger than the brain. The energy of the heart goes out at least 12 feet. They've measured it. When you drop your awareness to that place that knows, the answers will come. And you've probably all experienced that. Whether you're in the midst of taking a walk in the woods, or washing dishes, riding your bike, just doing something easy, a little routine, and then all of a sudden the mind opens up to a new way of seeing things. So set aside some time this week to listen to that voice, to hear the nudge of Spirit that may be guiding you towards what is next. You can remain in what is now and still open to what is next. Were expressed as a song title, what would it be? What would be my current song? And what would be the song I would like to sing? You've all heard the country song probably. There's a tear in my beer and I'm crying for you, dear. That could be it if you've had a life of woe. Or it could be a song that's kind of like working on the train or working on the track. There's some song about that always working and efforting and struggling. But what is the song that you would like to sing? It may be a Janice Stanfield song. I'm not lost, I'm exploring. Or what would I do today if I were brave? So what is it for you? What is the song? The song of the universe. Get it? The universe, the one verse, the one power. There is one power and one presence trying to express through you. What would that be? How would that happen? If it was a dance, what would it look like? If it was a painting, a poem. So allow yourself to be creative. You know, we are creators. We came here to life to express, and life is our canvas. So we are here to express. So we may not all be artists where we are paid for what we do in that creative realm, but we are all creators. And did you know that the word reactors and the word creators has the same letters in it? And oftentimes we spend a portion of our life being a reactor, just reacting to life. And instead of living life from the inside out, we can step back. Instead of living life from the outside in, we can step back, live life from the inside out, and be a creator. How does that sound? Sounds empowering, yes. So we can clarify our values. We can let go of the negative thoughts that would hold us back. We can use Myrtle Fillmore as an example. She was told much of her life that she would not live a long life. She would not live a full life. And she went to a lecture After feeling sickly and ill for several years, she went to a lecture by E.B. Weeks. And in this lecture, she heard the combination of affirmation and denial. I am a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. She took that idea into her body for 2 years. She sat in the silence, speaking to the cells of her body, asking for forgiveness, making that reconciliation with that part of her. Perhaps there's a part of you that you need to reconcile with. Take the time in this silence. Take an affirmation and a denial into your being, and then re-emerge like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So this will help us to live as who we have come here to be on our true path. So do you feel like this will support you in having clear direction in your life? Especially when we have models that have done it, like Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, or Gandhi, or Martin Luther King, or Obama. We have some wonderful models in the world to look at and watch. We can even ask, I wonder what affirmation they're using. What is the story they're telling? We can also use one another right here. Who do you admire that may be sitting to your left or right, or in front of you or behind you? And look at their life and watch how they have transformed. And take that on, try that on. What makes your heart dance? That's what I love to do. I absolutely love to dance. So a good place to start with this is, what ignites my passion? This will help you not waste your time on activities that do not support you. You know, we are only here on the planet for a short while, although there are other theories that say we come back, and perhaps we do. But we have this lifetime to live life to the fullest. Pursue the things that matter to you most. Live your dreams. You can ask yourself, am I now following a path that leads to my true purpose? If I'm not living that life now, am I on my way? Am I on my way? Just knowing that you're on your way is going to get you through. Another thing is, do I have a support system? Do I have a support system in place? And that means people that believe in you. Do I have teachings in place that I can turn back to, whether it's the daily word that I reread, or perhaps a mantra that you've written, or a song that you can play, a poem, something that you can use each and every day to anchor in who you desire to be and who you know you are as an authentic child of God. So whatever makes your heart sing, dance, do that. And so your mission, should you decide to accept it, is to rediscover true meaning in your life. Rediscover passion, let go of the negative thinking that lets you down, and tune into that state of love within you that helps you to show up as who you really are. Be love this week. God bless you. Namaste.